We've begun the story of Karkati. She's a huge black demoness living in the Himalaya mountains. And she wants to eat everybody. She's got a hunger so great that she wants to devour everybody. But she realizes that some people, this isn't a very appropriate course of action to follow for some people. So she does a penance, a great penance. And Brahma lets her have a boon, which she's won as the result of her severe penance. And she wants to become a living steel pin, an embodiment of disease. So that she can enter the hearts of all beings and appease her hunger. So the boon she asks seems to contradict the reasons that she undertook the penance in the first place. I suppose the idea is that no matter how much you deny yourself, no matter how much you try to change, your nature is still as it is. This seems to be the message here. So she's won her boon. Vasistha continued, "Immediately, O Ram, the demoness with a mountainous body began to shrink gradually to the size of a pin. She became so subtle that her existence could only be imagined. She was like the extremely subtle Susumna nadi that links the base of the spine with the crown of the head. She was like the Alaya-consciousness described by the Buddhists. She was constantly followed by her other form, known as Vasistha, which is cholera, apparently. So she's the cholera disease, and she's so subtle that her existence could only be imagined. And in fact, we've got two very esoteric similes here. She became as extremely subtle as the Susumna nadi. This is the channel going from the base of the spine to the crown of the head, which yogis can use to direct their subtle energy. And she's also likened to the Alaya-consciousness of the Buddhists. The Alaya-consciousness is the Buddhist solution to the problem of why, if there's no eternal or immortal soul, how can rebirth happen? And the Alaya consciousness is the store consciousness. It's the store of all the seeds which ignite into a new birth. Let's read on. Though she was extremely subtle and unseen, her demoniacal mentality underwent no change at all. She had gained the boon of her choice. But she could not fulfill her desire to devour all beings. That is because she was of the size of a needle. How strange! The deluded ones do not have foresight. The selfish person's violent efforts to gain his selfish ends often lead to other results. Even as a person is unable to see his face when he runs to the mirror, puffing and panting, his own breath mists the mirror. Significantly again, the demoness who had a huge form gave up that body, died to it, in order to fulfill her ambition to become a needle. Even death becomes desirable when one is keen on some selfish gain, and when one is possessed by excessive craving. So it seems that maybe she thought she couldn't get everything she needed because of her size, and she thought becoming something like a needle, would allow her to, on a microscopic level, this would allow her to get into people's bodies. Vasistha was radiant and was as subtle as the aroma of flowers. Dependent upon the life force of others, she was devoted to her own work. So it looks like she's moved from desiring the body to actually wanting the life force. With her twofold form of Suchika and Vasistha, the demoness roamed the world, afflicting all the people. By her own wish she had become small. Indeed, people become what they intensely wish to be. Mean-minded people even pray for trivia, just as the demoness prayed to be transformed into a cruel needle. One's inborn nature is not easily counteracted, even by penance. Suchika entered into the physical bodies of people who, on account of previous illness, had been greatly debilitated or had become obese, and even transformed herself into Vasistha, cholera. Suchika entered into the heart of even a healthy and intelligent person and perverted his intellect. In some cases, however, she left that person when the latter underwent a healing treatment, either with the aid of the mantra or with drugs. Thus the demoness roamed the earth for many years.